Assalamu alaikum. My name is Brandy. My Islamic name is Sakina, and I became Muslim in March of 2005. I feel that my whole life I've been guided towards the path of Islam, being as that when I was 6 years old, my father sent me a box from Kuwait that had a small rug inside. And I would hang this rug on the wall, I would put it on the floor, I'd play Barbies on it. I had no idea what it was until I was 18. I found out that it was a prayer rug. When I was 14 years old, I met a family of Pakistani Muslims, and they never explained anything to me, they never showed me anything, but they did tell me we don't eat pork. Thought this was interesting. When I was 16 years old, I met another family of Syrian Muslims, and they really didn't explain anything to me either, except that we don't eat pork, and I saw my first copy of Quran, and also I saw a picture of one of the sisters wearing hijab. When I was 18 years old, I met an Algerian Muslim who actually gave me my first copy of Quran. I started memorizing the verses, and he thought this was very strange, and so did I, because I wasn't even Muslim and I was memorizing these verses. It came very easy to me. Later on that year, my grandmother and we went to Virginia to see my great aunt and my uncles and my cousins and everybody. And my uncle and my cousin were going to get baptized. So I was thinking, I'm going to get baptized too. I mean, after all, I went to Christian high school. I studied the Bible. I memorized Bible verses. My mom was a very big Christian. We watched Christian TV most of the time and listened to Christian music. What a better thing to do than to get baptized. So during my baptism, I forget what the pastor said. He pushed my head under the water, and I wasn't ready yet. So I was trying to come up because I couldn't breathe. And he was holding my head underneath the water. So I came up, and I took a gasp of breath, and I started laughing. He pushes my head under again. And then I come up again. The same thing. When I get done with my baptism and everything is over, everybody's coming up to me, telling me how lucky I am, and that I have been relieved of all of my sins. I didn't feel any cleaner. I didn't feel any more anything or any less anything after I had been baptized. In the car on the way back to my aunt's house, my grandmother, she was telling me, "You're still lucky, Brandy. All of your sins have been forgiven. Just make sure you make the right choices." And I'm just thinking to myself, I don't feel anything. Later on that year, I moved to Houston, Texas, and I was working at a law firm, and I had to cross this very busy road. So I crossed over the first part to the middle of the road, and I'm standing there, and the traffic is so heavy. I cannot cross the rest of the road, but I could walk back as much as I wanted. This lady pulls in front of me wearing all black, and she has California plates on. The first thing I think to myself, naturally, she's in the military! Really, Brandy? Really? She wasn't in the military, but she was Muslim. And I was like, wow, that means that there's a mosque around here. One day, I'm going to go there and I'm going to ask my questions and get answers. Wasn't happening. I could not cross that road. The traffic was not coming behind me at all. So I got this feeling that I had to go back and change something before I could move forward. I ran across the street, went inside to talk to the lady. She told me to come to the mosque. When I came out to cross the road, I could walk across fine. When I got to the middle, I couldn't even walk forward or walk backwards to save my life. I was stuck in the middle of the road. Finally, the traffic cleared and I could go across. I went to the mosque and I met with another sister who took me up to her classroom, and I did not say anything to this sister at all. Not one word left my lips. I didn't tell the other sister anything about my questions or whatever I wanted answers to. Nothing. She told me everything. This was my divine appointment with God. This was my divine appointment. I knew at that time that I was ready to become Muslim. Well, the sister gave me some pamphlets and told me I need to understand the obligations and the responsibilities of being Muslim. Praying 5 times a day, wearing hijab. Okay. 2 weeks later, I took my shahada and I became Muslim. For me, that was the most life-altering, changing moment of my entire life. I felt like I had come alive. Completely different than when I got baptized. I had gone to Christian conventions, Christian school, everything. I always felt a little bit of something. I felt a connection with God, but not the way that I felt when I became Muslim. I remember going to gatherings and meeting other converts, as well as going to gatherings with people who have been Muslim their entire life. The feeling that I felt being in these gatherings was that of a family, was that of a community, something that I had never experienced before. Truly, going to a church, even the same one, not the feeling that I felt when I became Muslim. If you have any questions, any doubts, anything, or even if you're just curious, find out the information. Always find out the information. Don't take what other people say as the end, the word. That's it. Find out for yourself. Find out both sides of the story, not just the one side, because you never know where your path may lead you. Assalamu alaikum. Thank you for watching.
شكرا يا ربي شكرا هديت قلبي شكرا نورت دربي شكرا شكرا يا رب